What's up, everybody? Tom Fazio here, coming at you with a bit of a performance hack. It is often within my programs that people will not understand the elegance, the importance of simplicity when constructing a program. Most coaches who've been in the game a while, if they don't do this by design, they acquire an intuitive feeling around meaningful work, right? This is the stuff that we have to do. If we don't do these things, we cannot expect results, right? We might add things onto it. A great example of this is somebody that might be training, and you go into a lot of gyms. I'm in Vietnam right now. You go into a gym, you'll see trainers put people on bicep curls, and they will not do any other form of big pull. You'll see them put them on the tricep extension, not do any other form of big push, right? This is backwards. Anybody that's trained for a while knows this, right? So it's critical that we acquire the filters to do meaningful work first. Sure, if you've got other things that you want to emphasize, build out, develop, you can find space for those, but you cannot neglect the essentials. So one of the best exercises you can do, and when I first started coaching, 15 plus years ago, one of the things that I would try to do is exercise and ask myself this every time I wrote a program, which was 10, 20, 30 times a week in some cases, because I would be changing things up a lot. First of all, where is this person at? But secondly, what can they not do without? What do we need to cover in this workout? So one of the themes that I often bring up in my programs is a minimum viable protocol or a minimum viable workout, right? We've heard that term from the School of Business, right? A minimum viable prototype. Like, how can we iterate something, get it to the market quickly, to test it, learn something, and then reiterate, and so on and so forth. It's the same kind of thing with a program and trying to develop your body and your mind, for that matter. Most people get stuck in more. They want to be doing more stuff. They want to feel like they push themselves to that limit. So, the second thing is, and all coaches know this, you don't need to be exhausted. You don't need to be totally beaten up. Occasionally it happens, right? There are times when we need to go to that next level. It's going to cause soreness. It's going to cause fatigue. But that doesn't need to be the focal point or the intention of any workout, right? We need to be improving our metrics. Strength, limit strength, strength endurance. We need to know what we're working on, be able to measure it, quantify it, and just hit incrementally greater levels of performance. A lot of times you can't even perceive it from the trainee's perspective, but the numbers on paper increase. So, active practice. Start identifying those things that you have to cover, not just now in fitness. This is just an example. Across your mind-body spectrum, strength, flexibility, meditation, nutrition. How do you audit each one of these for yourself? Now, if you're not sure even where to start, check out which book. My second book. My first book goes into a lot of the whys of this domain, right, and weightlessness. My second book breaks it down a lot and starts to look at meaningful filters across the board that help us start to dissect and diagnose where we are and then how to prescribe next steps. So that could be a good resource for you if you don't know. But if you have any experience, just start making a list, and don't start with how many things you need to do. Start with the 1, 2, or 3 things you cannot do without, right? Say, if I only get 3 things, and I'm not talking about next workout, I'm talking about for the next 3 months. What can I show up to on my worst day? I can still execute the workout or session, however defined, and it will guarantee that I am moving the needle on meaningful work. I'm not just going to get exhausted. I'm not just going to an aerobics class and bouncing around for an hour, and I don't really know if what I've done is going to be effective, or I haven't improved my structure in any way, or the ability to apply load in any way, right? It's just movement, which is okay. There's a place for that. But that's not the scope of programming and effective training, right? We can do that. We can get results that way. Not by design, though. So to tie this up, for yourself, don't make that list of 20, 30 exercises. Don't go in with a different routine every workout. 1, maybe 2 routines if you need to periodize. Super advanced guys, maybe 3. Okay, there might be a place for it. Minimum viable workout, minimum viable protocol. What can you not do without to still develop a meaningful base of strength, structural development, mind-body connection, a meditative mind, minimal. What can I show up to on my worst day? Not my best day, Because guaranteed, after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 months, you're going to start hitting days where you just don't want to show up. Those worst days are going to happen. And you need to know that you can still go on those worst days. You can just get it done. And then on your best days, you go for those PRs. That's my thought on that minimum viable protocol. Until next time, guys, be weightless.